I read a lot. Books, articles, blogs, random things I stumble across late at night. If there are words, I'll read them. Some of them, well, they stick, and most of them, not so much. But every once in a while, something hits you a little differently. A while back, I came across a line that I couldn't quite shake. Almost all of your limits are self imposed, which means they can be ratcheted higher, just like what you can achieve. That idea stuck with me, because if you really think about it, who decided on your limits? Not just the obvious ones, not just the biological ones. Sure, you're 4'7", dunking on a 10-foot basketball hoop probably isn't in the cards for you. But I'm talking about the quieter ones, the ones you never question, the ones that sound like, I'm not a good runner, I'm not that strong, I'm not that creative, and I'm just not that kind of person. Where did those come from? Most of us, they came from somewhere along the way. A comment, a failure, a label, something someone said maybe once, maybe even 100 times, and over time, that became our truth. If you're told you can't sing, you stop singing. If you're told you're slow, you stop running. If you're told you're not strong, you never try to become stronger. Not because it's true, but because it was accepted. And here's the strange part. Most of us don't feel trapped by these limits. We just live with them until someone disrupts them. A few weeks ago, someone in my life did exactly that. They suggested a running goal for me, something so far outside what I believed was capable that I immediately dismissed it. Not unlikely, not difficult, impossible. I told them they were crazy. Well, they brought it up again later. Same reaction, dismissed. But then something changed. A question showed up in my life. What if? What if they're right? What if this limit I've accepted isn't real? What if? And that's when the quote I mentioned earlier came back to me. Almost all of your limits are self-imposed. And just like that, something shifted. Not overnight, no, not dramatically, but quietly, persistently, my brain started working on the problem. Now, instead of dismissing the idea, I was exploring it. Instead of thinking it was impossible, a small thought creeped in my head that said it might be possible. Now I was watching videos, making plans, thinking through what it might take to achieve this impossible goal. And something that once felt impossible, it started to feel possible. Not easy, not guaranteed, but possible. And that changes everything. Because the moment a limit is questioned, it loses its power. It becomes flexible, adjustable, ratcheted higher. And when the limit moves, so does what you're capable of. Now, this doesn't mean you chase every wild idea that crosses your mind. Some limits are there for a reason. But I think we owe it to ourselves to at least know where our limits came from. To ask, did I choose this or did I inherit it somewhere along the way? Because here's the truth. History is full of things that were once considered impossible until someone did them. And even today, there are people working towards things that haven't been done yet. Not because they're guaranteed to succeed, but because they refuse to accept the limit as final. So here's my challenge to you today. Find one limit in your life, just one, something you've always believed about yourself. Don't try to break it tomorrow, but maybe just question it. Ask, what if it isn't true? Because that single question, asked at the right time, can change the trajectory of what you believe is possible. And maybe, just maybe, what feels impossible today is simply something that hadn't been proven yet. And maybe you're the one who proves it.